The leaves might start to turn and the weather will cool down, but at Grenada Nissan, we're just getting hot with rebates up to $7,500 off or 60 months at 0% interest for qualified buyers on most new Nissans. Grenada Nissan is still trucking with Nissan Truck. Shop with someone you know and trust that's your neighbor. Grenada Nissan on the other side of 55 in Grenada.
Hey, well, welcome, folks. We're supposed to be recording our 12th coaches show of the year here from Grenada Nissan this morning. But we're looking around and no Coach Kuhn. You guys seen him? Know anything about him?
I haven't seen him. No.
All right, well, look, I'm going to give him a call right quick.
All right.
Oh, man, he just sent me a text message.
What do you say?
Truck won't start.
Oh, man.
Still at the field house.
I don't know what we're going to do.
You know what we could do this week, fellas?
What's that? What's that?
We could take this show on the road.
Oh, man, that would be nice.
There's Mary Jones, y'all.
Oh, Mary.
Come on here, Mary.
Man, look, I'm easy. I'm always listening.
You always listening?
Looking for something to ride in. How about no better way than take a 2019 Nissan Armada and y'all just load up and take the show on the road.
Stop.
Look.
All right.
You get to drive free today.
Oh. You know, Grenada's got some things going for it, man.
So we definitely seen some growth over the last couple of years.
Well, if you just think about the recent changes in the vote we had for the additional tax, where we're going to build a new sportsplex here over the next year or two, and just right off the interstate here north of town, and that's really going to bring a lot more business, I think, with our restaurants, gas stations, our hotels especially, and just a lot more here for the local business owners.
Grenada Lake,
that's
man.
right, that's right.
And that's another big thing that, again, we many times take for granted, I think,
that's
here in Grenada. You know, right here, man, we got in our own backyard one of the best crappie fishing lakes in the whole country.
Exactly right.
You know, and that works to help our community, too, because they have all kind of tournaments and just fishermen coming here all the time, you know, just to fish.
Right.
Which, again, we're right here in the middle of town. You talk about all these things that make a community strong, you know. It's good, and the signs of life, you know, around. Of course, man, a strong school district also plays a big role in a community too. And that's what we want to keep on working on all the time. Take a strong district and make it even stronger.
Because a lot of people, when they decide to move to Grenada, those are one of the factors that they look at. The school district, how strong is it? What's my child's education? Because that's what we all look for then. You know, our children.
Guys, I think we're here.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see if we can get up and we can find the coach now.
Hey,
all
Coach.
right. Hey.
What's wrong with your truck, man? Man, it's old, Mike.
It might be time for one of these Nissans, man.
Coach's salary, you know.
Man, it's hard to believe we're already at the end of the season. I know, man, again, we went up to Lewisburg there last Friday night. First time we ever played on that field up there. Wound up coming away with a 21-0 win for another conference win for us, which was a good thing, of course. You know, Coach, you scored all 21 points there in the first quarter.
Yeah.
You know, that first drive, you know, we had what was about an 80-yard drive, I think.
Yep.
Who scored that first touchdown? Was that was a pass play?
That's right.
Yeah, it was Wortham made that one-handed catch.
That's right. Yeah.
Pulled it in there. Like I remember, guys, we was talking about how it was like on the NFL.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was we've been starting real slow, so all year that was a great way to start the game. I think we surprised them a little bit because we had ran the ball about 10 times in a row and kind of got down the field. But Gibbs is not a true quarterback, right? Since the word of quarterback, but he's getting better at throwing the ball, and we just tell him to give him a chance, throw it up there, give him a chance. Christian made the play, and did. But we started hot with 21 points with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. I didn't think that was going to be it, though.
Yeah. Well, I know a couple of those, wasn't it? That second score, we wound up recovering a fumble. Was that Rounds? I think. They got the fumble and didn't take us but 2 or 3 plays or something like that.
3 plays
to get it in the end.
They had 2 turnovers in the first quarter, and of course that led to 14 of our 21 points.
Yeah, because what was the other one? That was Forbes, wasn't it? He intercepted the ball, I think, on about there, 44 or something like that.
He did, and kind of got us in good field position, and we were able to get those 21 points quick, and we got, I think Remington kicked 2 extra points, and we got the little 9th grader in there to kick the extra point.
We talked about that with Jacob.
We've been trying to do that last couple of years, rotate some of those young ones in there, because you can kick all day in practice, but it's not the same as
you get the pressure on
you get the pressure, and he's just a 9th grader, and Remington will be a senior next year, so that gave us a chance to get the young kid in there. And at that time I'm thinking, we're going to score a few more times. But we didn't. Yeah, even though it was a close game, it didn't feel like a close game, so we got those guys in there, and I guess it kind of worked out good because they got them in there in I don't want to say a tight game, but not just mop up time. Got them in there, got them some, a couple carries here, a few blocks here, got them a little bit of playing time, so that was a positive. It was a close game, but it didn't feel that close. That's kind of weird to say that.
Because
that's the same thing we were saying upstairs.
Oh yeah, because just at first of the game, again, where we kind of dominated the line and was able to move the ball. It seemed like pretty.
Yeah, last couple of weeks we've been better offensively. I mean, we have. We put up good yards on West Point. We're kind of finding what our identity needs to be, what we need to do.
I know the other night, we had 300 yards rushing last Friday night, and man, somebody had a big night. Was O'Dontavious Ship, wasn't it?
That's right.
What did he have, 140 something yards, 160? Right. I don't remember. It was way up there. That was his best night of the year, wasn't it?
If he wasn't so slow, he'd had 200 something.
That's right.
Because he was wide open.
Yeah, we talked about that. He kind of runs with a limp or something. It's like he ran out of gas.
That Ship, he's not the fastest kid on the team, but he did have a good night, and I was glad to see him as a senior. Have a good night, score a touchdown.
But he gets out there and plays hard.
Yeah, he does, and he hits the hole fast. He's just not a lot of top end speed. But the offensive line blocked better too.
And you was getting him to the line fast. Wouldn't he take a lot of those? His rushes were from fullback position.
Those short traps hit quick, and get him in the second level quick. But I pick with Ship about being slow, and he knows that. But he did have a big night.
I know with number 2 Gibson at quarterback, they kind of give us a wide range of different plays we can run. Maybe something like the Wildcat, because you have the speed. I know maybe not the throwing hasn't developed yet, but give us a lot of different options to run with a mobile quarterback.
Well, there's a lot of times where there's it looks like there's not going to be anything. Busted play, go the wrong way, somebody misses a block. He turns nothing into something.
Right.
Instead of those being a negative play or a lost play, they end up being 7-8 yards. He's an athlete. He's a true running back. He's getting better at throwing, but we're not just to put him back there and tell him to throw it 20 times.
Right.
But he gives us a different dimension that turning something negative into a positive.
Right. I know it seemed like you had Jasper Williams carrying the ball a little more last 2 or 3 weeks.
Jasper was a running back his whole career, but felt like we needed him on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, Jasper's 6 foot 215. Big back, and he's really fast.
Yeah, he is. We saw him break out a couple times. This past Friday.
We just decided, we were struggling so bad on offense, we needed to put him over there, and he's done well. I expect Jasper to, I expect him to play well either side of the ball. He'll probably play defensive side of the ball in college, and but he's doing a good job for us. But you get him, Ship, and now Gibson back there. it gives you 3 guys that can carry the ball. And I thought Phillips is going to be a really good quarterback. He's developing well. Never played it before. He came in, threw some good passes. We were in first and 25, and he got us the first down.
All right, so he's never played quarterback all through junior high and ninth grade?
Never. So, he's a work in progress. He's a big kid. I won't say Josh, probably 6'3".
Yeah, I think he is,
at least. And
he might grow some more. His brother, Tyree, he's what is he? He's 6.
He's 6'6".
Yeah, he's up there.
I think he will. I don't see Josh developing into an offensive lineman.
No, I don't think. I think that's got a different build. For sure.
But he's definitely a kid. Moving forward, we think we can build some things around.
Yeah, because he's just a sophomore this year, right? He got 2 more years with him. That's good.
I know you talked about earlier, Coach, about finding our identity. I know the last couple of games, I think we're kind of closing. I know it's getting close to it is the end of the season, but I think we're trying to finally found our identity of who we want to be or which way we're trying to go with it.
Well, I think our identity's always been there. I think I just lost it.
Okay.
Our identity is we're a run football team, physical football team. Get the ball to the athlete, whether it's a quarterback, under center, direct snap, however you want to say it. That's been our identity. I spent 8 years at West Point. They run the same offense now they ran then. Nothing's changed.
Okay.
So I got a little bit away from what our philosophy is. So when times get hard, they say you go back to doing what you know.
That's right, yeah.
So that's kind of what's happened.
Okay, all right.
Well, we know we got this Friday night. We'll be in that last game. We're going over into Lee County to Saltillo High School. And I guess I've never been there, and I think this would be our, the team's first time to play on their field, right?
Yeah, I've never played there in 21 years. I've never played at Saltillo now. I've been there for some basketball games and I think maybe even a baseball game or two. But as far as playing football, I've never been there. And they're right outside Tupelo. It's a pretty good haul from here.
Yeah.
There's no easy way to get there.
No shortcut.
No.
And I know they on the year. Well, I think they're 2-8 so far this year. Hadn't won. Well, they did. Their 2 wins. I think they beat Baldwin and they beat Lewisburg.
Right.
Who we played just this past Friday night.
Yeah, they're 2-9 on the year.
Historically have struggled, but they got a new coach and he's doing a really good job. They're better than their record. I know that sounds like coach talk, but they really are. They play really good defense.
Yeah, I didn't see, just from looking at their scores, through the year, that they've lost a number of games, but they didn't really get blown out a whole lot.
West Point struggled last week to move the ball on them. Really struggled. The final score was not indicative of the way the game was played. But they play really well. I think they're defensively one of the best coached teams that we're going to face this year. The kids play hard, and they don't have a lot of great athletes, but they play really hard, really scrappy. Really scrappy and get after it. So they're going to present a problem for us if we don't play well.
What type of offense does Saltillo typically run?
They got a great athlete at quarterback. They snap it to him, and he runs around.
I think his last name Murphy, isn't it? It really is.
But y'all have nothing in common.
I know, Coach. I know.
Yeah. But they spread you out, use multiple formations, and they got their best athlete probably in the school at quarterback, and he can run and he can throw, and he takes a lot of busted plays. Maybe a pass, but he'll end up running, or he get flushed out of the pocket. He's a dynamic that he's probably the most athletic quarterback we've seen this year, so that's going to present a problem. They like to, they're like every high school team. They want to run the ball, but he gives them a dimension that makes things difficult as far as he's got the ball. When you have an athletic quarterback, they touch the ball every snap.
Right.
And it just makes it difficult. So you got to play assignment football. You got to tackle them. These are really good athletes. They got a 6'5", 230-pound defensive end. Who's a really good athlete, really young kid. So they've got a few athletes. They're not just a team that you're going to show up and you're going to win. You're going to play, and they play really hard.
Oh yeah, and it's their last ball game of the year too.
Senior night for
their
them.
Seniors. Yep.
So
it's senior night at the game.
Yeah. So they're going to,
It'll be motivated, won't it?
I would think so. You know, they're kind of like us, trying to end the season on a positive note and move forward. And they have progressed and got better this year from last year. So, you know, they're a scary team. We got to play well.
Coach, I know coming into this year, I know we always have high hopes and where we want the team to go. But I know this year we was plagued with a lot of injuries. A lot of things didn't quite go our way. Do you think we learned a lot from the beginning of the season to now about the team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, our best player got on the field for one play. He was kind of the guy we were building our entire offense around. And he, you know, didn't get – he never made it back, so that was a big blow.
Yeah.
Then we dealt with several other injuries. And then we had some close games early that didn't go our way. You know, it just kind of seemed to get away from us. You know, we don't have a big senior class. I think we have 20, but only 9 of those guys play.
Okay.
So, you know, we're a little bit younger than people expect. But you lose your quarterback, you know, the guy that you're going to count on for the majority of your offense, and you know, you have to make some changes early, and we never really recovered from that. You know, and then some things didn't go our way. You know, it was just the early 7-0 loss to Christian Brothers.
Right.
That could have been a game, that season change.
That's right.
You know, so we just, you know, a lot of negative things, but I think they're going to, as we move forward, turn into, like most adversity, is going to make us better, and we're going to grow from them. So, not what we wanted, definitely, but you know, I think in the long run we'll be better for it.
Oh yeah, and of course, and when we're playing in, you know, a pretty strong 5A district too, aren't we?
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
I'm just saying, if you can be successful in our district, you got a good shot at being the state champion every year.
Yeah, and you know, the state champion typically comes from our division, and you know, our division swept in the playoffs last year. I feel like got a really good chance to do so again this year. I mean, your top 3 are really strong. I mean, all ranked in the state. You know,
I know there's going to be some changes, potential changes in our district next year, won't it? I know Lewisburg, where we were last Friday night, they're moving up to 6A next year, I believe. And who else is? Olive Branch. Yes, moving up.
Yeah, there'll be some changes, and that's yet to be finalized. But you know, it's every 2 years with the Activities Association. And Grenada has kind of been historically the school that gets bounced around, you know. Just our location, you know, on 55. Yeah. We go north sometimes, we go south sometimes. So, you know, and that's part of it. We struggle building
you talked about that before. Rivalry
games, because we're constantly changing. You know, a couple of years we got a great rivalry going with Germantown. Then we lose that. I mean, Grenada always gets bounced around historically, north, south. You know, but you know, that's yet to be determined as far as where we end up and who we play, and that's completely out of our control.
Coach, I know this year has been tough on you, but I know also going into the end of the season, what are your plans for next year as far as team, what we're building, what we're trying to do?
Well, we'll get in the weight room as soon as the Monday we get back from this game. I mean, you know, we will get back in the weight room, and that's where it all starts, you know. And we'll go. I tell people this all the time: if there's 188 days in school, we're going to be in the weight room 188. You know, we're going to be there every day. So that is the key, getting stronger.
Right. Fellas, I got to figure out how to make these windshield wipers work.
Pull that stick down.
Roddy, you're not supposed to wash the windows when it's raining.
Sorry, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been struggling. I hadn't been in a Nissan much.
Okay, all right. Roddy's got one of them old trucks, too.
Yeah, I do, man.
You wipe it off with your hand.
Yeah, reach out there, keep a rag on the dash.
But yeah, getting in the weight room, man, that's the key. I mean, we got to get bigger, faster, and stronger. Football's evolved into a year-round sport. I mean, it just has. I mean, you know, the kids that get bigger, faster, and stronger will play, and the ones that don't will struggle. And it's just, you know, that's just the way it is. So we'll get back in the weight room. You know, we'll do some things to try to develop some offensive linemen, and you know, we feel good. We for the first time in a long time going into this offseason, we pretty much know who our 2 quarterback spots are. You know? So that part I feel good about. Now it's just a matter of getting bigger, faster, and stronger, and we're going to really work hard on developing some senior leadership with some different type of things we've got ideas about. And, but you know, it never stops. You know, we'll be in the weight room and stay in it all year and all summer, and you know.
Now, Coach, you said you knew who your 2 quarterback spots were. I know Phillips being one of them. Who's the other one?
Gibson will probably, you know, from what he showed me, come back. And you know, we got a few young kids that we want to look at. You know,
I got you.
You know, we're gonna find the best athletes we can, and we're gonna put them back there. You know, like I talked about with Saltillo, when that guy touches the ball. If you look in college football, the best athletes are getting that snap most of the time.
That's right.
You know, so that's the direction we'll move with that. You know, we got to figure out a way to transition our junior high program quarterbacks into our high school program, because that's not happening. You know, we're losing those guys every year, and so we got to identify early who those guys are going to be that are going to stay with us, and then you know, get them ready. You know, ideally you take your junior high kid and he ought to be running quarterback and getting those reps, but you know, that's something that we got to rectify. So we're going to figure that one out too.
You play a big impact on a lot of the children's life, and they learn a lot from you. So sometimes it's about teaching those kids the life lessons. Like the kids that you have coaching that went on to college. I'm to sure a lot of them came back and said, Coach, I really appreciate, you know, the tough talks.
I've had a lot of those kids, you know, but you're right, Mike. I don't think anybody understands the amount of time or the things you deal with, you know. Kids are kids and families are families. Everybody has problems, issues, and things that come up. And when you're talking about the amount of kids we have, there's always something going on, whether it's in school, academically, you know. You talked about a tough year, man. We buried 2 former players in a 2-week span, you know. But we had to deal with some things, you know, like that you know, you never know when may or may not happen. You know, we had some former students, you know, injured in an accident. There's always things that come up that they're, you know, to be honest, you spend more time with relationships and on those things than you do the football part of it sometimes.
Yeah. So a lot of times it's really not about the X's and the O's. You know, it's more so about behavior and life lessons.
Yeah, you know, you're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old boys. You know, I ain't got into the girlfriend problem. Girlfriend broke up. Well, you don't think you can practice today? I mean, you know, they're 16, 17. We all were that age. You know, you think that first girl is like the most important thing. You know? But you didn't get asked to the homecoming dance by the right person. I mean, there's always something. But you know, you're dealing with young kids, and you know, you just try to do the best you can with them. And you know, what we try to establish in Grenada is an attitude of working hard. You know, if you work hard every day, all year long, I've found out that things mostly happen positive for you. You know, it's gonna go your way all the time, but if we can establish a work ethic, and I talk about 7 a.m. summer workouts. I talk about 180 days at school. You know, if we at school, we're doing something. I mean, it's, hey, we're going to take the day off. No, that never happens. We're going to do something every single day. The kids know that. So just, you know, trying to build, if we can build a work ethic, you know, I think it helps them prepare them for a job and move forward. And I tell the kids all the time, a lot of you aren't going to play college football. But if you learn how to work, and to me, and you know, football is the greatest game there is, because I don't know any other game where you face the adversity. I mean,
that's right.
I mean, you get hit in the mouth, you get knocked down, you know, your body's on the line. I mean, you know, and that's not taking anything away from any other sport, but it teaches you so much about overcoming adversity.
Well, y'all, we're just about back here to Grenada Nissan.
Rodney, I think you should make this a School vehicle.
Right. We'll have to talk about that a little bit.
Y'all can travel to the show and I can ride with y'all. We can do this one. Hopefully we can do this next year and it'll be a little bit better season, you know.
We're thinking about carpool karaoke. Maybe we can get you to sing or something, Coach.
I'm not singing.
You're not willing to negotiate at all?
No,
right.
I'm not now. No.
Well, fellas, we finally made it back here to Grenada Nissan.
I don't know if we're gonna make it back when you drive it.
I'm sorry, man. It got rainy. Those windshield wipers confused me.
That's right.
You know,
That's why it's called a smart car.
That's right.
for a dumb guy. Look, I think we pretty much covered the bases, don't y'all?
Yeah,
on,
I think
on
so.
our ride back here.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we got the coaches show all wrapped up. 12th one of the year. So, folks, until next year, from Kevin Special K Carnathan, Big Mike Smith, Coach Ashley J. Kuhn, and Rodney Hot Rod Murphy, go Chargers.
The leaves might start to turn and the weather will cool down, but at Grenada Nissan, we're just getting hot. With rebates up to $7,500 off or 60 months at 0% interest for qualified buyers on most new Nissans. Grenada Nissan is still trucking with Nissan Truck. Shop with someone you know and trust that's your neighbor. Grenada Nissan on the other side of 55 in Grenada.